started weightlifting around 1 year ago, with probably the same goal as you, to become aesthetic, jacked, build muscle, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna make some predictions here. You are between the ages of 13 to 25. You click on this video specifically because you want to look aesthetic, to become confident, attract the opposite sex, or whatever reason. And in this video, I'll explain everything you need to know to the best of my abilities and the time that I have. But if you want to reach any goal, you need to clearly define what it is. So what is an aesthetic body? What does it mean? How does it look like? Now, this is what I call the hierarchy of an aesthetic body, which are the most important muscle groups that make an aesthetic physique. We have shoulders, arms, back, abs, neck, chest, and legs. We start with shoulders, which includes the sides, front, and rear delts, which are probably the most important muscle group when it comes to building aesthetics. Now, the reason I say this is because broad shoulders can enhance any physique and give you that wide V-taper look. For example, you can have the biggest chest, the biggest arms, and so on. But if your shoulders are not well developed, you will not get that wide V-taper look. Arms. Do I really need to explain this one? Because I feel like everyone understands this one. Big arms equals you'll look big. So I'm gonna skip this one. Back. If you want to be him and want her to call back and say, I want us back, then you have to train back. The main reason why you want to get a bigger back is that it makes your waist looks smaller, which is going to give you, again, that V-taper Dorito look. So it's a very important muscle group. So make sure to emphasize and train that muscle group. Abs. You want to focus more specifically on the lower abs because the upper part are easier to develop through just a normal weightlifting program. Chest. Again, I don't really feel like explaining this one because I think everyone gets it. Bigger chest equals you looking bigger. And who doesn't want a bigger chest? Legs. There are two types of people in this world: dudes who train legs and dudes who skip legs. Don't be the second guy. You don't want to be looking like a third generation Apple AirPods walking around with some chicken legs, because training legs will stabilize your physique and enhances it and make sure that you don't have any lacking body parts in your physique, and you'll look like a proper lifter. The neck. Take a good look at this picture. First glance, this guy looks like a very normal dude and you wouldn't think twice about this picture. But now, if I show you the whole picture, now you can see how jacked actually is. Whereas before, you probably couldn't even tell. And now take a look at these two pictures. There's a very obvious difference. This might be the first time you ever hear someone telling you to go and train your neck, but it's actually for a good set of reasons. One, because it's the first thing you notice about someone, because it is always open and rarely covered. And second, if you have a well-developed neck, it gives you that masculine, muscular look. And in addition to all these benefits that I'm just too lazy to read, so I'm just gonna put them on the screen here. And so now you know how important the neck muscle is at giving that masculine, muscular Mike Tyson look. So go and train your neck. Now, training is an interesting one because it depends on a lot of variables. Time, access to a gym or a home gym, which split, and so on. So first, start by figuring out what time are you going to be going to the gym. At the morning, midday, or nighttime. How many days a week? You can choose between 3 to 6 days a week. Are you going to train at home or at the gym? And then you can start by making your program. And the most optimal general two programs are: one, the PPL, push-pull legs, which you usually use when you are going to train 6 days a week. And number two, we have the full body, which is generally a 3 days a week program. But all that, again, is up to the variables that I've mentioned before. And then we have the recovery phase, which basically means sleep. Super important. Try to get between 7 to 9 hours every day. I'm not one of them self-improvement, motivational guys that get fucking 9 hours of sleep every day. But I do try my best. But I usually just end up getting between 6 hours every day. Sometimes 8 on good days. I'm very busy, so it's very hard to get 9 hours. But yeah, anything between 7 to 9 hours is good. Diet, which is probably the most important when it comes to aesthetics. First off, and most importantly, your diet depends on your starting point. So you are either skinny or fat. If you are skinny like I was 2 years ago, you want to be on a bulk, which basically means you will be on a caloric surplus, which in the simpler terms means that you want to eat more food than you are currently burning. And you might ask, well, how do I know this? Very simple. You go to this online calculator, you put in your information, and you will get this number. And that is going to be the amount of calories you want to be eating every day. And we have the other case, which is if you are fat. Now, if this is your case, you need to do the complete opposite of that. And that is to be on a caloric deficit, which basically means eating less food than you burn. Again, the same process. You go to this different online calculator, put in your information, you'll get these results, and this number will be the amount of food that you will be eating on a day-to-day basis. And last but not least, some tips to help you stay consistent. Number one, get a routine. If you're gonna go at the morning or the night time, get a routine and schedule your day to where you will always go to the gym at the same time. Number two, go with friends if you can, because going with friends and having that energy and having someone to go to the gym and being able to train with, that could be a very good way to stay consistent and help you throughout your journey. But if you're like me and you have zero friends, that's alright. You can go to the gym by yourself and keep going. And number three, learn discipline. Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do regardless of how you feel. Basically, I go to the gym every single day, not because I love to do, not because I have an unlimited supply and never-ending source of motivation. For the course of the last year and a half, I've learned what discipline is, and discipline is doing the same thing every single day regardless of how I feel. If I feel like it or not, I would go. It doesn't matter if it was raining outside, it doesn't matter if it was snowing outside, it doesn't matter if there was sandstorm outside, it doesn't matter if it was 30 degrees outside, it doesn't matter if I was feeling weak that day, it doesn't matter if I was not feeling good that day. Every single day, it does not matter. You go to the gym.